Go get on the track.
Welcome to Convinced and Confident. My name is Sarah Gilmore, and my co-host is Tamara Bluedorn. And each week we bring to you an inspiring message or person that will help you on your journey to self-discovery. Learning to live one day at the time, part 2. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. On last week, we began a series of learning to live one day at a time, and we took some of the items from a list written by Pope John Paul the 23rd. Last week, we did the first 5 items. Today, we want to talk a little bit about beginning with item number 6 through 10. His items included 6 things to do in order to live one day at a time. And not only that, we found that these items improve your life, period. Number 6, only for today, I will do one good deed and not tell anyone about it. Is that a difficult one to do?
For some people, it is.
Easy to do the deed, or
Yes,
is
but
it?
I think some people have difficulty doing the deed, and then others will do the deed, but must tell everyone so they get praise instead of just enjoying the praise on themselves.
And I noticed that a lot on Facebook.
Oh, yes.
I've done something good, but I got to tell everybody. Why do I tell everybody, though?
Because they need praise.
I need praise.
I believe a lot of people need praise from other people all the time.
They need validation.
Yes, and I think that has something to do with self-esteem. You need to build your own. That's just Mara's opinion.
Yes.
Because I don't need validation from everybody all the time.
But I strongly agree. But think about the man or the woman or the young person who has not had much validation in his life. They would need a lot of it. They need to build up a storehouse of it for a while. But does telling everybody to kind of destroy the good deed that I've done? Is that true?
I don't know if it destroys the good deed. I just don't. Even with what you said.
Yes.
Okay, so what happens when I don't get the validation?
True.
Do you stop doing good deeds?
True.
Do you go into depression? Do you get angry about it? So
That's
no,
good.
I really have a hard time with needing praise and telling everybody everything that I'm doing,
All the time.
who's done this or whatever, all the time. It's just nuts
But
to me.
isn't that what we do on social media? I want you to see the new dress I bought. I want you to see my new hairstyle. I want you to see this. I want you to see that. I'm going here. I went to church. I went to da-da-da-da. Drives it in the ground sometimes, does it not?
Absolutely, it does.
Those are some of the disadvantages.
It made everybody a celebrity, and everybody wants to be their own celebrity within their group
You want to be have your 5 minutes of fame.
all the time.
Can be good, but it can also be to your detriment.
Absolutely.
And that's what I found. So only for today, I will do one good deed. And what, Tamara? Not tell anyone about it.
Now, I want to say one more thing about the one good deed. It might be a little bit skewed.
All right.
Also, doing the one good deed, I think, helps make you grateful.
Yes, it does.
Also, being a giver makes you less selfish.
Very good.
Because you can be too selfish.
Very good.
Yes, you have to look out for yourself, but I've seen some stuff, and it's just like you're very selfish, or you're just maneuvering for yourself. I see a lot of maneuvering all the time, and people think you can't see it. And I always say with people, especially ones that I see are always maneuvering, what are you doing for someone else's business or someone else's? And oftentimes I don't see what they're doing. Now, maybe they don't tell it like we're saying.
Right.
And
maybe they don't mean it that way.
Yes, you might be
possibility. Right. But my question is, I saw something the other day that was it said during these times, try to teach your children to think about somebody other than themselves. Is it something, unselfishness, is it something that can be taught? Or is it just in some people to be unselfish? A choice. Is it a choice, I guess?
Some of us probably come more selfish and others more unselfish. But then there are others who choose to be selfish. They feel they've been neglected somehow in the world, or by their family, or by this or that. And now I'm just going to get mine. And I don't care about anybody else with what they're doing. And so that's how they maneuver. That's what they do.
That's why sometimes you reach your success, a certain level. You've reached the top, but you look around, it's lonely at the top. Yeah. And it's lonely at the top anyway. Yes. But sometimes it's what you fail to do.
On your journey, where you think you're top.
That's exactly right.
Now, one last thing about that.
Okay.
Because I've seen it. Oftentimes we won't give to those who we think have more than we have.
Oh, my goodness.
I think you're doing a detriment to yourself.
It's so often done that way.
If you're moved by the Spirit, God, whatever your God is, then why not give to them to help them improve whatever service they're providing, whatever it is for their life or whatever. But oftentimes people say, I'm not giving to that one because they have more than me or they got a good life already. So what am I doing? And it's just crazy.
That is one of my major pet peeves. It drives me crazy because how can you decide what the other man has? I'm not going to give to him because he has more than I do. How do you know that?
Absolutely.
And
how do you know that?
Right. You don't know that. You don't know the other man's heart. So that's a major one, Tamara.
Yes.
Number 7. Only for today, I will do, I've done that one, haven't I? No. Okay. Only for today, I will do at least one thing I do not like doing. And if my feelings are hurt, I will make sure that no one notices. Oh, my goodness. I will do one thing I don't like doing. And sometimes the thing I don't like doing is what we just talked about.
Absolutely.
Helping someone else or giving to someone else.
You're exactly right.
Sometimes that is the thing that's most prevalent in our what we don't like doing. That's a scary thing, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Because we can do better.
And sometimes mine is not stating my opinion to people who I think are my friends. So I have to.
Is that always important?
Right. Yes, you all have taught me that it's not always important, and say, Tamara, your opinion is not always important.
They don't necessarily.
So I'll just hush.
Why must I hear your opinions on everything? It's not that important to me, but you think you should tell everybody exactly what you think.
I think I'm helping, but maybe I'm not.
Well, it depends on who you're talking to, right?
Absolutely.
A fool convinced against his will is what? Of the same opinion still. So it depends on who you're talking to.
I've learned that. And you will come out the bag out for telling your opinion.
That's right.
You've had the experience and know how the outcome
That's right. That's right. Or how is it you don't want me to do that when you did ABC and you did all right? Why don't you want me to do that? And that's really not what you meant. So sometimes say nothing. What is it? It's an old quote that says, none teaches better than the ant. And he says nothing.
Now, see,
go ahead.
It's just Tamara.
Go ahead.
Because I see it both ways. Yes.
Yes.
See, I have this thing about maneuvering.
Go ahead. And you don't like maneuvering, or you do?
I think maneuvering can be beneficial when you're benefiting. Both parties are being benefited from.
So you see maneuvering as negative, more negative than positive?
No, I just see so much selfishness with people maneuvering, and they don't go back and help the other man.
Okay. So if I maneuver, I'm a maneuverer. But in my maneuvering, once I reach a certain point, I'm going to turn around and help you.
You should be helping someone.
Exactly. That makes sense.
Someone.
You should help somebody other than yourself. I agree. Number 8. Only for today, I will make a plan for myself. I may not follow it to the letter, but I will make it. And I will be on guard against 2 evils. You know what the 2 evils are? Hastiness and indecision. Oh my goodness, I'm so guilty of that.
I think we all have at some point been.
I want to hurry up.
Too hasty or indecisive. I can be very hasty in making a decision fast, and I should have stopped and slowed down,
right,
and truly tried to evaluate all the information. But at the same time, I'm always afraid of making no decision. So I make a decision, and if I screw it up, and then just change the plan.
Well, you know what we've learned? If you make a decision and it's the wrong one, turn around and make another one. Exactly. Now, mine, I'm not so hasty. I think I'm too slow. But I'm too slow because I'm indecisive. What should I do? Should I do it this way? Should I do it that way? That's not a good thing to do.
But I think making a plan helps you get your goals accomplished.
There you go.
At least got a plan.
There you go.
Then you can figure out, am I too hasty in the decision or am I being indecisive? Right. I think it can help you be more conclusive in your decision making.
That's why it said make a plan. Number one, when you make the plan, you aren't going to be as hasty because you're thinking as you go along making the plan. So you've knocked that one out. And number two, you've at least made a decision.
Absolutely. I don't have it up now because I was changing some things in the room I was in, but I had my board up of things I was planning on doing.
Exactly.
And I actually have done a lot of it.
Exactly.
And I said the other week, oh my goodness, I need my board back up so we can keep moving on with the plan, getting it more developed.
That's right.
But pretty much everything on there, I have started or midway through.
It's something about, as the Bible calls it, write the vision, make it plain. It's something about that. I can go back now and look at, I call them old tablets, old boards that I've written on, and it will have some information on there from 1982. And I'll look at it and say, wow, I did do that, didn't I? But if I had never written the plan, it probably never would have been accomplished. Never would have been accomplished. Number 9, only for today, I will firmly believe, despite appearances, that the good providence of God cares for me as no one else who exists in this world. And as you said a few minutes ago, Tamara, that's what gets man through. His belief, his hope that there's a God that cares for us. That's what helps us make it through the tough times.
I believe people have to believe in something.
You must believe something bigger than yourself.
Something bigger than yourself.
Exactly.
That you're not in this alone. Everything good that happens to you isn't because of all of you.
Exactly.
There's something else, someone else out there bigger than who you are.
Exactly. And that you yourself did it all by yourself. That's not necessarily so.
Absolutely.
Believe in that. Believe in that thing. Number 10, only for today, this is a tough one, I will have no fears. Only for today, I will have no fears. In particular, I will not be afraid to enjoy what is beautiful and to believe in goodness. Indeed, for 12 hours, I can certainly do what might cause me consternation were I to believe I had to do it all my life. Only for today, I will have no fears. Who was it? Was it Churchill that said the only thing to fear is fear itself?
Because it can lead you to inaction in all things.
That's exactly right.
In all things.
That's what fear can do.
And that you do have to remember there's a goodness in the world. It's okay to be cautious about things and figure out how to move in that caution.
Yes.
But you can't be completely afraid.
You cannot be totally afraid.
Because you will not do anything.
Right. And you don't want to be guilty of having been given the gift of life.
Oh, yes. Because you only got one.
You've got one time around. Yes. We've been given the gift of life. Do something with it.
Manage your anxiousness about it. And if you make a plan in whatever hard decisions there is, that helps manage the anxiousness.
Yes, it does.
You have to think the process through. There you go, the process.
It's the process.
Think the process through. That helps better manage fear and anxiousness.
Yes, it does. Keep those 10 things in mind. Only for today. Thank you.
That's our show. And we thank you for listening. If you like our show, Convinced and Confident, please leave us a rating and download us on Apple Podcasts and Google Play.